Hi there, book lovers! My name is Christina and welcome back to Cozy Novel Niche. Today I'm here with a review. It's my second review on this channel. This time it's in English because the book that I've read is in English actually. And this is the first one in a series of companion books, from what I understood, by Becky Chambers. It's a sci-fi book and it's A Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet. This book, guys, this book is like one of the most precious and lovely things ever. I'm not a huge sci-fi reader and I'm trying to branch out kinda and start reading a little bit, and I heard that this one is a great starter because it's not very heavy on the sci-fi aspect of it, and I adored it. Like, I know that's the spoiler immediately out here. I put it out here. It's a 5-star for me if I were still giving stars to the books that I am reading, and this one definitely deserves it all. So, as I was saying, it's a sci-fi. It's a book that can be read as a standalone actually, because it has a beginning and an ending, and it's a great plus for me because we don't have enough standalones around in the world, like in general, because we have too many series, too long series, and this one can be read as a standalone. It has a starting point and an ending that is quite satisfying. And what's this book about? So let's start with the plot. First of all, we're starting with a character, with a woman who comes from Mars, and her name is Rosemary. We know that she escaped Mars and she is using a false identity, and she's trying to get to this ship, this kind of long-term running ship that has something to do with space, and later on we discover that the ship is called the Wayfarer, and it basically creates tunnels in space, like the high roads that we have, like the ones that connecting different places in the world, like the straight roads on which cars can go very fastly, those ones. And she basically gets slowly to know the crew of this ship. She starts bonding with the people on the ship. They're not all humans. We have a bunch of different aliens from different places, and the first thing to say is that we don't really have a main protagonist, because we start with this character who's called Rosemary, but she's not the main protagonist of the story. Like, the whole crew is a protagonist, kinda, and we get to see each and every one of them, we get to know each and one of them, and we kinda get to care for each and every one of them at a point in the story. And the story in itself is very character driven, because the whole plot is pretty much the journey. They suddenly got this very big commission, and they have to go to a very far place in the galaxy to try and create a new path that connects two places. But in order to get there, it takes quite a while, and so they have now the finances and the possibility and the time to go to collect every item that they need and then to start their journey. And it's pretty much amazing how a book can be entertaining while it's kind of like a road trip story, because we're just following these characters traveling around in the galaxy, and it's so entertaining and so lovely and just but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get to the characters. As I said, we don't have one main character. We have like a whole crew of them. They are both humans and non-humans. We have LGBT characters, we have alien characters, we have POC, we have everything, and all just mixed together in this wonderful blend. And what comes out of it is that the author, with this cast of very diverse characters, is able to touch on so many very important, very interesting topics. And they're very important because they're actual, and like they are something that we're facing right now in our time still. and they're interesting because they kind of stimulate discussion, and they stimulate your thoughts, and you start thinking about how we perceive certain things, how certain things are perceived by us, but they're not like that just because it's a fact, but because of our cultural beliefs and just generally human-centric beliefs. And if you see it from the perspective of an alien, it completely changes. And so I absolutely loved the experience of listening to this book. I consumed it as an audiobook. I think that as an audiobook it was amazing. I listened to it on Storytel and again loved it. Chef's kiss. Absolutely adored it. The voice was amazing, so great narrator, and it was just so wholesome and again cozy and heartwarming, and it makes you believe in the fact that there is a hope for humanity, and we are kind of redeemable sometimes, and that a lot of things can be overcome and that everything can get better. But the book doesn't shy from the bad stuff. It's not like happy-go-lucky and everything is pink and cozy just like that. There are some conflicts, there are some bad moments, but still you see how those can be kind of solved, and it really leaves you with this sense of hope and family. And I really cannot think about these characters otherwise. They are like family for me. It's like if I've traveled with them on that journey. And if you're searching for something that's soothing and kind to your soul, and that's also reflective and kind of provokes thoughts in your mind and make you think about a lot of things, this is the book for you. It has LGBTQ plus elements, and just please do yourself the favor and read this book. I think that you won't regret it. Maybe for someone it can be a little bit boring because it's on the slower side and it's character driven, but otherwise I don't see how you can hate it. I mean, it's for every range of age pretty much, and again, do yourself a favor, listen to it or read it. I think that you will fall in love with it, and don't get discouraged by the fact that it's sci-fi. It's really a soft kind of sci-fi. The elements of sci-fi are not like over your head. It's nothing too complicated. You really can grasp everything, and it's more like based on the sense of difference between humans and other species rather than technology or hyper technology or something like that. So it focuses on more of a human side of the relation with the whole galaxy rather than like the technological side or just the too sci-fi side, if it makes any sense. So yeah, this is it. These are my thoughts, like very shortened because I have so much more to tell about this book, but I don't want to gush for too long. If you've read it, please let me know down below. If you're thinking about reading it, again, let me know and grab this book. Please grab this book. It's just perfect, even for those moments when you're feeling anxious for whatever reason or too hopeless. This really brings back all the warm feelings and kind of trust in people around you, because there are people that you may trust around you, and this book definitely makes you think about it. So this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye! Ciao!